the beast of Provence, the giant of Provence. Mont Ventoux is the highest in the region with an altitude of over 1900 meters. That's the legend of Tour de France and a mandatory item on every cyclist's bucket list. Regardless the approach, the climb is steep and long. And the mistral wind often blowing down here doesn't help either. Tomorrow I'll try to tame the beast, but not once, but 3 times. It's going to be my ultimate Ventoux ride. Can I make it to the end? I don't know yet, but regardless the outcome, I hope you'll enjoy this video. My name is Daniel Boydo and that's another episode of Epic Rides. Welcome to Mont Ventoux.
Good morning! As you can see, the day has started perfectly. Looks like a pretty good weather for a ride, right? So I have a little delay already, waiting for the rain to stop, and yeah, I still think I can make the ride today because there is sunny, but it's just a storm. So let me wait a few more minutes and I hope I'll be on the ride. But in the meantime, let me tell you something about Ventoux. This mountain is absolutely fearsome. I took this photo in Avignon, roughly 60 kilometers from Ventoux. It's absolutely dominating the landscape. I started wondering if I really want to make the ride. But here we are. I'm starting in Malaucène, but rather than taking the first Ventoux approach, I'm heading Bédoin, having Col de Madeleine on the way. That gives me a good warm-up for the day. Turning left in Bédoin and I'm starting the first approach. This one is considered the most difficult. 20 kilometers long with 7.7% of average gradient, resulting in more than 1500 meters in elevation gain. Just look how the scenery is changing. From the dense forest through the grass on the side to the moon-like bare stones. As for now, Tadej Pogačar is the KM here with his crazy just over 57 minutes. For me it was more than 2 hours, and the puncture on the way it's not a good enough excuse. Just a quick photo on the top and I'm ready for the first descent back to Malaucène. That's a fast one, not too technical, with just a few sharp bends at the beginning. That was quick. I'm back to Malaucène. A quick pit stop and I'm going around Ventoux from the north. That's a 50 kilometers long bypass heading mostly up with just a few descents on the way. You can see Ventoux's summit sinking in the clouds all day long. Just look at this, that was definitely the most joyful part of the ride. Yet another short break in the town of Sault and I'm ready for the next approach. That's the easiest one. Even though it's 24 kilometers long, it gives you only 1200 meters in elevation gain.
Also, the gradient is not this brutal, only 5% on average. In 6 kilometers to the summit at Chalet-Renoir, you join the Bédoin approach, so from here, you know the drill. It was almost 2 hours worth of climbing for me, but I was well rewarded. Just look who did I spot on the summit. Chris Froome himself, 4 times Tour de France winner on top of this legendary climb. Another descent to Malaucène. As mentioned before, that's a really fast one. At some point I reached 90 km per hour. The brakes got seriously tested at this time. I took just a quick bite and started climbing back from Malaucène. Mentally I was on fire. I was fully committed to go up again. Even though I'd already climbed more than 4,000 meters, the first part felt surprisingly good. I genuinely enjoyed it. I had this gentle sun behind me and I was delighted with the scenery. But then I hit this 12% steep, long section. It really struck me and I was crawling up for the last bends. But hey, eventually I did it. The last part was a descent to Bédoin. I knew I was exhausted, so I was riding gently, focused on safety. It's just 20 km of easy ride. What could possibly go wrong? Well, it turned out a lot. Somewhere in the middle of the descent I broke the spoke in the front wheel. I took it cool though. I stopped and pushed the spoke into the rim. Unfortunately, the wheel was a bit wobbly from then on, so I had to ride even slower. The sun was already setting and further down I haven't spotted the pothole, hit it, so I had yet another puncture. It was so unfortunate. So close to the end of the ride. This really made me down. But I thought to myself, hey, it's just another 15 minutes. I have a spare, not a big deal. Nothing will stop me from completing this today. So I did. In a short time I was on my way back to Bédoin. From here I had just 12 kilometers more to come back to Malaucène. That was my ultimate Ventoux ride. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If so, drop a like and subscribe to my channel. There are more epic rides to come. Let me know in the comments what's your experience with Ventoux or if you'd like to ride it one day. As always, thanks for watching and see you next time.